Now, some of this is public, but some of this is totally brand new. So you are forewarned. Okay, the spoiler warning is done. 3, 2, 1. What is the big deal? Well, apparently, and this is all of them, the original Ghostbusters will appear in the movie. Now, this isn't too shocking. We had cameos by the crew in the 2016 version, but they weren't necessarily playing themselves. This time they are. We are getting everybody. We are getting Ray, we're getting Egon, we're getting Peter, we're getting Winston, and they are playing themselves. We're even getting Dana Barrett. She's apparently going to show up. So Sigourney Weaver is appearing, and we already saw Jeanette, right? We saw a little bit of the secretary of the Ghostbusters. She was in the trailer. So they already tipped their hand a little bit, but they're going to go full bore. We're going to get basically the entire Ghostbusters cast, all of them. Maybe even the Carpathian's going to show up. Who knows? They've gone full-blown nostalgia. But there's a kind of twist because I mentioned Egon, and so you might think, like, well, how's that going to work? Well, this is partly public, right? Bill Murray has confirmed he is putting on the proton pack, and they did a feature on this, so it is public that most of the Ghostbusters will be there, and we did see and hear Ray at the very end of the trailer. So they have confirmed definitely Peter and definitely Ray, and apparently, of course, Ernie was also on the set. So it does seem we're getting the original 3. That doesn't seem too stunning, right? It just seems obviously normal. But how in the world is Egon coming back? Well, here things are a little bit more fuzzy, but apparently they have talked to the estate of Harold Ramis, right? Because Harold Ramis is dead. He died a few years ago, and he had a bit of a falling out with some of the people there, but they've reconciled. So they've spoken to them. This is all official. This is not them apparently using old footage or reconstructed footage. So this is apparently brand new CGI footage. It's unclear if they're going to de-age Egon or this is going to be Egon as an older person or whatever, but it is going to be Egon, which is, I think, in a way, is very clever because you look at the title, Ghostbusters Afterlife. They've kind of given it away. If you knew what to look for, you're like, oh, original Ghostbusters come in and save the day and defeat the apparition, but they do so in a kind of final sacrifice moment, and Egon will be a part of that. So what to make of all this? Well, does it make any sense? How is this going to work out in terms of the timelines, in terms of their ages? Again, a lot of things are still unclear because it seemed that they were doing their own thing. Because there is that Ghostbusters trailer they play in the trailer, right, which I thought was very funny and meta. But it seemed like they were kind of ignoring the original 2. And I hope they don't. Like, I still hope part 2 is canonical. And apparently some of what did happen in the movie does actually happen, and they're continuing that story. So it's a very curious kind of zigzag, but it's very welcome news. So yeah, so if that's what you wanted to see, the original Ghostbusters, this new film will have them, and it will have them in their prime. They're going to, with their proton packs, the whole spiel. Even Dana's coming back. The only one who is not returning apparently is Rick Moranis. He's the only one who has not come back for this. So we're getting essentially the entire original cast, and through the magic of CGI, Egon will make his final appearance, which I think is very nice and sentimental. And again, it will happen presumably near the end when the apparition needs to be defeated by the original Ghostbusters. This will probably work a great deal for some people, but some people will not like the politics of it, that, oh, the original people have to save the children, blah, 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 male saviors and all that. And I guess Phoebe isn't really her own woman, blah, blah, blah. So some people will not like the whole male savior trope, but that's what they're going to do. They're going to pull the trigger, and they will have the original Ghostbusters for one final glorious moment. So they may still edit the sequence, but apparently they are committed to it. So they are going to do the original Ghostbusters. Think of that what you will. Is this a good idea, bad idea? I think tonally it's appropriate because, again, let's be honest, they're getting very, very old. And believe me, Bill Murray is the first one to tell you he doesn't want to put on the proton pack anymore. It's very, very heavy. He doesn't like doing it. So a nice medium solution to saying farewell to the Ghostbusters, but giving them one more glorious return to the silver screen. So it'll be interesting how the fans react, but if you were curious, that is where they're heading. We're going back one last time with the original 4.